Hi there and welcome back to Dukascopy TV and another technical analysis of the markets. I'm joined once again by Jean-Francois Owczarczak of fingraphs.com and MJT. Welcome back, Jean-Francois.
Hi, Sinead.
So a mixture this week of CBs and macro news. So what kind of effect is this going to have on currencies?
Okay. Well, before I go into that, I just wanted to feature a new functionality on our website. It's called Market Trainer. And it's actually totally free access. You don't even have to log in or register to the website. And it actually features all historical charts older than 3 months on our platform. So you could go back on the S&P back to the 1940s, you go back on the Dow Jones back to the beginning of last century, and on gold back to the 1970s. So just go on our website, click on any one of these, and you'll be set to see how FinGraphs reacted in the past.
Fantastic.
Now back to our subject of the day, and we'll go on our usual mosaic that we use for Dukascopy, and we'll look at everything on an hourly basis. So we have Euro US dollar, cable, Euro Swiss, gold, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, Brent, and the 3 months S&P futures. And yeah, a lot happening on the euro. There's I think Draghi speaking 3 times this week. We also have Yellen, which testifies, I think, both on Wednesday and Thursday. And there's the whole Greek proposal to the Eurogroup that needs to be approved. We believe the ring fencing is probably not over there. So let's look at the euro dollar. And it's a pretty bland picture for now. I mean, we have 3 bears. On this investor's view, so a bear on the long-term weekly chart, so the perspective over the next few quarters, a bear on the daily chart, or the perspective over the next few months, and a bear on the hourly chart, so the perspective over the next few weeks. Now, as we've been saying, we believe the down move on the euro is not quite over yet. It still has a few more quarters to go and has the potential to move down below 110, down to 105. On the daily, we pretty much got to our impulsive 2 targets. These are our very extended targets, and hence we do see a consolidation at the moment. Prices haven't done much over the last month. We're probably getting to the point where we could see a resumed downtrend, but we don't think that at the moment there's that much potential because we've reached these impulsive 2 targets. So what we expect here on the weekly is probably a quarter out rather than a few months out. Now finally on the hourly was in a correction up and never went above our corrective targets, and now it has repositioned itself to the downtrend with a potential which could probably lead us again below 112 over the next week or so. So that's it for the euro. If we look at cable, it has been correcting up in a more substantial way than euro US dollar, although we're now getting to a point where over the short term, over the hourly chart, the potential is reaching our target zone and is potentially exhausted. Euro Swiss and dollar Swiss are interesting. We had quite an aggressive correction up here. The volatility is quite large, so they haven't turned into green yet. So they're still in a corrective up mode. It's going to be interesting to see if they can maintain this correction up with the euro dollar heading down again. So I think that's an interesting test that we're going to see this week. Now, having a look at gold, as we were saying over the last weeks, the uptrend that we had seen with this breakout here in mid-January was under danger from the hourly, which had turned impulsive down. And the hourly, if we look here, is still trending lower and still has a potential to lead us down to 1170. Now it's below 1200 today. We're slowly getting towards the exhaustion of this move, but we don't think it's quite over yet, so it has a bit more to go. This shorter-term downtrend move is endangering the whole correction up that we've seen here. There was important support here with the previous tops that we had seen here in December. We went right through them, and at the moment there's probably one last support here. I think it's around 1170, but we're basically heading lower, and we would justify here the resumed downtrend that we've been seeing on the weekly charts for the last 2 years. So over here there's probably potential down to about 1,000 on a very negative a scenario. If we take an average of our impulsive targets here, we're pretty much looking at 1100 as a potential target over the next few quarters. Now maybe moving out of gold and looking at the equity market. Last week we were confirming the breakout out of the consolidation zone that we had seen since early December. This breakout has now been confirmed and we're heading higher. Our targets, impulsive up targets, could lead us up to 2150 on this daily chart. You can see the oscillators are not quite yet in the overbought, so it does seem like there's more potential here. On the hourly, also quite an aggressive projection here, which could lead us up to 2140. So we're still heading up, also not quite in the overbought zone here. So over the next week or so, there's a bit more to go. And the weekly has turned into its impulsive 2 targets again. So that's a target over the next few quarters. So it's a bit more long term, but we would have the potential to go above 2200 up to 2400. That's probably during the course of the year. So quite positive again on equity markets with all 3 bulls here, a potential continuous uptrend.
All 3 bulls, it looks like a good sign. Thank you so much for joining me, Jean-Francois.
Thank you for having me.
That's all from Jean-Francois and myself for now. Thanks for tuning in, and remember to keep clicking back to Dukescopy TV. Bye for now.